Hello and welcome to a Let's Play of Planescape Torment. This is Cheshire the Cat, bored out of my mind at 12:28 a.m. I I've been watching a lot of people do Let's Plays, and frankly, and I've just always wanted to give this a shot myself. So at the very least, I'm gonna record this, if for no one else's amusement, then for my own, or for whoever wants to watch this. Welcome to Planescape Torment, the Enhanced Edition. I am going to have a new life. Because, a new life is always a good way to start. So, for those who are jumping right in, this is our main boss man, the Nameless One. And I am going to... Oh, that's right, you don't actually random roll the stats this time. Which is... for those who don't know, this is Dungeons & Dragons and game. Specifically a D&D. And, normally you have to roll for your stats. But I don't feel like screwing around with that, so instead I'm going to take my points, and I think I'm going to play a wizard this time. So let's set those to 15. I'm going to make my constitution nice and high. Yeah, this is always the weird one. One more point to wisdom, and 1 point all around. So, alright. I guess this is what I am going to do. Awesome. So this is us waking up in a morgue. Or, oop. Hey, Chief, you okay? You playing corpse or putting the blinds on the dusties? I thought you were a data for sure. So this is our first friend. And I'm just going to do myself a favor and full screen this on my end, as a matter of fact. Oh, I can't do that from here, can I? Oh, I have to wait. What? Who are you? Who am I? How about you to start? Who are you? Let's see. Last time I'm just gonna play this my own way. I don't know. I can't remember. Can't remember your name? Well, next time you spend a night in this burg, go easy on the bub. Name's Mort. I'm trapped here too. Oh yeah, so I should also put out there that for those of us who do not play Dungeons and Dragons, but have some interest in it, or just have an interest in roleplay games, I highly recommend giving this series a shot, at least. Even if you're not a big D&D fan. However, a good portion of the dialogue in this game will be Dungeons and Dragons lingo, and some of this will be exclusive to Planescape Torment, specifically to the lingo of the Sigillians, which we will get to that in a moment. Sigillians? Sigillians? Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. Trapped? Yeah, since you haven't had time to get your legs yet, here's the chant. I've tried all the doors. This room is locked tighter than a chastity belt. We're locked in. Where? What is this place? It's called the Morte-uary. Get it? You find more in the mortuary. It's a big black structure with the architectural charm of a pregnant spider. I'm gonna just say this right here. Mort is probably one of my favorite characters in this game. He is hilarious, and unfortunately, at the moment, I can't seem to figure out my audio. But he is voiced by a very, very lovely individual whose name I'm blanking on right now. I'm going to blame the drinks for that one. But he is mostly known for his roles as Yakko and Pinky in the Animaniacs. So it's really funny to hear him play a more mature role. Mortuary, what am I, dead? Not from where I'm standing. You got scars aplenty, though. Looks like some buck painted on you with a knife. All the more reason to give this place the laugh before whoever carved you up comes back to finish the job. For those who need translations, I will happily say those. In this case, when they're saying the laugh, they're saying, let's get the heck out of here. Scars, how bad are they? Well, the carvings on your chest aren't too bad, but the ones on your back. Say, looks like you got a whole tattoo gallery on your back, Chief. Spells something. Well, what do they say? Hey, looks like you come with directions. Let's see. Starts with If you feel like you've been drinking a few kegs of stick swash, but you... I know you feel... Bleh, I'm going to redo that. I know you feel like you've been drinking a few kegs of stick swash, but you need to center yourself. Among your possessions is a journal. That'll shed some light on the dark matter. Farode can fill you in on the rest of the chant, if he's not in the dead book already. Farode. Does it say anything else? There's a bit more. Let's see. It goes on. Don't lose the journal, or we'll be up the sticks again. And whatever you do, do not tell anyone who you are or what happens to you, or they'll put you on a quick pilgrimage to the crematorium. Do what I tell you. Read the journal and find Farad. No wonder my back hurts. There's a damn novel written there. As for the journal I'm supposed to have with me, was there one with me while I was lying here? Welcome to basically the first half of this game, is just trying to find out who you are. So you are the Nameless One. That actually is the character's name. Or rather, the player's name. And I'm going to take a moment to just say, there are a ton of role-playing games, Dungeons & Dragons included, where you get to name your character. Breathe life into your character. There is an error in my stream. Okay, there we go. You get to actually breathe life into the character you're playing as. And I think that is so cool. Like, even Legend of Zelda does it, even though everyone names him Link. But in this case, you don't get to name this character because he just does not have a name. He literally is the Nameless One. And your job is to figure out who the Nameless One is, and that all is decided by how you play the game. And that's why I wanted to play this one first, because I don't know a whole lot of people that play this game. I've played this game before. I've gotten my clear ending. I love this game. Fraud, do you know him? Nobody I know, but then again, I don't know many people. Still, some Burks gotta know where to find Farad. Once we get out of here, that is. Yeah, strip to yeah, okay. How do we get out of here? Well, all the doors are locked, so we'll need the key. Chances are one of the walking corpses in this room has it. Walking corpses? Yeah, the mortuary's keepers use dead bodies as cheap labor. The corpses are dumb as stones, but they're harmless. They won't attack you unless you attack first. Is there some other way? I don't want to kill them just for a key. What? What, you think you're gonna hurt their feelings? They're dead! But if you want a bright side to this, if you kill them, at least they'll have a rest before the keepers raise them up to work again. Well, alright, I'll take one of them down and get the key. Before you do that, better arm yourself first. I think there's a scalpel on the shelves around here somewhere. Alright, I'll look for one. Holy crap. One last thing, those corpses are slow as molasses, but getting punched by one of them is like being kissed by a battering ram. If they start getting an edge on you, remember you can run, and they can't. Use it to keep some distance if you need to recover. Alright, thanks for the advice. Okay, now I'm gonna just do myself a favor. Graphics, full screen, done. And I'm just gonna make sure that's still... Okay, cool. Oop. Okay, there we go. Back. Alright, now I can see the full screen. And right away you'll notice that this game plays isometric style. The best comparison I can make to this in terms of gameplay is I'm very reminded of Diablo. If anyone here has played the original Diablo games, they are incredibly isometric. But, well, the neat thing is, this is a game that is designed for you to immerse yourself in. Moreover, if I scroll out, you'll notice that I'm only able to see what I have explored. So, like, if there's a door here, I don't have the powers to X-ray vision through a door. I don't just automatically know where I'm going. I could be walking into danger, I could be walking into something else. The corpse's head lolls back and forth on its shoulders. Judging from the angle on its neck, it looks like this man's been hanged. The number 825 has been painted on the side of his head. Do you happen to have a key? Chief, they can't hear you, alright? They're dead. But you're dead, you're talking to me. Yeah, but I'm special. Death couldn't kill my zest for life. These corpses here probably didn't have much personality to begin with. Look, Chief, watching you try to swap the chant with corpses isn't doing much for my morale. Let's leave the court talk for the Barneys, okay? Alright. No, not click the name. There we go. Okay. Examine the corpse for a key. Hearing nothing. I've noticed his hands are heavily bandaged. The bandages might be usable if the corpse is disposed of first. You don't happen to know whether the corpse might have the key out. Leave the corpse in peace. See, I could kill him for bandages if I wanted to, but that would involve alerting the rest of these guys. So what do we got here? And the corpse, see if it's carrying key. This corpse looks like the one with the key. It is held tightly in his left hand, its thumb forefinger. I need that key, corpse. So, you want in on this, Mort? Thanks for the help. Preparation room key. Oh, I didn't want Mort to pick that up. Okay, so, neat factoid. We've got a lovely little menu here. You can play this entire game with just a mouse, and I actually love that. You could hotkey stuff, and there is a bunch of AI stuff, buttons. Here we go, inventory screen. So I could just click Mort, click this item, and pass it to the nameless one. And bam, now I am carrying the key. You know what? I want those bandages. So, didn't I find a scalpel? Hold on. I could have sworn I found a weapon. Hold on, I know I found something. Oh, I found those bandages. Where's the... There is a scalpel here. There it is. Cool. This is... Welcome to the it's literally better than nothing weapon. And then I'm just gonna... No, not open dialog window. I want... Select all characters. And... Go nuts. No. Bam. Give me those bandages. And the EXP. Healing items are more than useful in this game. Shambling corpse looks ahead of the dead, revealing us the number. Leave the corpse in peace. Said nobody ever. Bang. Cool. Bandages. Yay. And a bunch of stuff. Alrighty. This mainly was to test the recording purposes of this, so I'm only going to play until I exit the mortuary. And now I've lost the key. Oop. Psst, some advice, Chief. I keep it quiet from here on. No need to put any more corpses in the dead book than necessary, especially the femmes. Plus, killing them might draw the caretakers here. I don't think you mentioned it before, but who are these caretakers? The corpses are they all. Why do you care about the female corpses? What, are you serious? Look, Chief, these dead chits are the last chance for a couple hardy bashers like us. We need to be chivalrous. No hacking them up for keys, no lopping their limbs off, things like that. Last chance? What are you talking about? Chief, they're dead. We are dead. See where I'm going? Eh? Eh? No, I don't. Chief, we already got an opening line with these limping ladies. We've all died at least once. Have something to talk about. They'll appreciate men with our kind of death experience. Wait, didn't you say before that I'm not dead? Well, alright, you might not be dead, but I am. And from where I'm standing, I wouldn't mind sharing a coffin with some of these fine, sinewy cadavers I see here. Mort is a pervert. Just plain and simple. But honestly, he's the kind that's still lovable because he's a skull. What are you going to do with him? Or rather, he's a mimir, I believe he is what they call it in D&D. Cracking his teeth as if in anticipation. Of course, these caretakers would have to part with them first, but that's not likely. Who are these caretakers again? They call themselves the Dustmen. You can tell they're important because they're in, not quotations, but special quotations. You can't miss them. They have an obsession with black and rigor mortis of the face. They're an addled bunch of ghoulish death worshippers that believe everybody should die sooner better than later. But everybody does die. Eventually. Death is a very hanging concept in this game. So I'll put that out there right now. If anyone is disturbed by the concept of death, then this game is not for you. Because death is a very consistent theme throughout this game. I'm confused. Why do the Dustmen care if I escape? Weren't you listening? I said the Dusties believe everybody's got to die. Sooner better than later. You think the corpses you've seen here are happier in the dead book than out of it? But the corpses here, where did they all come from? Death visits the plains every day, Chief. These shamblers are all that's left of the poor sods who sold their bodies to the caretakers after death. Yeah, and I can just keep repeating this until I learn everything. Alright, I'll try to remember that. Alright, if I have any questions, I'll ask you. Second, if you're half as forgetful as you seem to be, start writing stuff down whenever you get across something that might be important. Jot it down so you don't forget. If I had that journal I was supposed to have with me, I'd do that. Start a new one then, Chief. No loss. There's plenty of parchment and ink around here to last you. And now you're going to get the famous line. Updated my journal. So, there's a meme among the people, or rather a joke among the people who've played this game where they just say, boy, that updates my journal. And it's something that the Nameless One will say every time something important happens, and I do mean every time. So here we go off to the room. Spin me around these rooms. Boy, a guy with blue text over his head that is just zombie worker. This guy must be important. What's your name? The scribe looks very old. His skin is wrinkled and has a slight trace of yellow, like old parchment. Charcoal gray eyes with an angular face, and a large white beard flows down the front of his robes like a waterfall. His breathing is ragged and irregular, but even his occasional coughing does not slow down the scratching of his pen. I'm gonna just click leave him in peace for a moment so I can zoom in because this guy is important. Greetings. Whoa, Chief, what are you doing? I was going to speak with the scribe. He might know something about how I got here. Look, rattling your bone box with the Dusties should be the last thing. And we especially shouldn't be swapping the chant with sick Dusties. Come on, let's leave. Quicker we give this place the laugh, the bet. The weight of the years hangs heavy upon me, restless one. He places down his quill. But I do not yet count deafness among my ailments. Restless one, do you know me? Know you? There's a chase of bitterness in the scribe's voice as he speaks. I've never known you, restless one. No more than you have known yourself. He's silent for a moment. For you have forgotten, have you not? Who are you? As always, the question, and the wrong question as always. I am Doll. Perhaps you can answer some questions for me, Doll. Updated my journal. There it goes. Very well, what do you wish to know? Welcome to a good chunk of this game is just clicking between... I think I've seen up to like 20 options at once. What is this place? How did I get here? Can you tell me how to get out of here? Do you know who I am? What do you do here? You sound ill. Are you not well? I am close to the true death, restless one. It will not be long before I pass beyond the eternal boundary and find the peace I've been seeking. I tire of this mortal sphere. The plains hold no more wonders for one such as I. Are you certain? There might be some way I could help you. I do not wish to live forever, nor live again, restless one. I could not bear it. Very well, I had other questions. How did I get here? Your moldy chariot ferried you to the mortuary, restless one. You would not think you were royalty based upon the number of loyal. You would think you were loyal. I cannot read, despite the fact that I am a scribe. You Your moldy chariot ferried you to the mortuary, restless one. You would think you were royalty based on the number of loyal subjects that lay stinking and festering upon the cart that carried you. I arrived here on a cart. Yes, your body was somewhere in the middle of the heap, sharing its fluids with the rest of the mountain of corpses. Your seneschal Farad was, as always, pleased to accept a few moldy coppers to dump the lot of you at the mortuary gate. Doesn't sound like you like Farad much. There are some I respect, restless one. Farad is not one of them. He wears his ill repute like a badge of honor and takes liberties with the possessions of the dead. He is a knight of the post, cross-trading filth of the lowest sort. Knight of the post. A knight of the post. A thief. All Farad brings to our walls comes stripped of a little less than their dignity than they possessed in life. Farad takes whatever he may pry from their stiffening fingers. Does Farad take anything from me? Most likely. Are you missing anything of value? Especially anything of value. Not that Farad would take exception to anything that wasn't physically grafted to your body, and sometimes even that's not enough to get his greedy mind pause. I'm missing a journal. Journal? Was of any value, then it is likely it lies in Farad's hands. Now excuse me while I tend English class. Where can I find this, Farad? If events persist as they have, Restless One, you have a much greater chance of finding Farad. A chance of Farad finding you and bringing you to us again before you find whatever ooze puddle he wallows in this time. Nevertheless, I must find him. Do not seek out Farad, Restless One. I am certain that it will simply come full circle again, with you none the wiser, and Farad a few coppers richer. Accept death, Restless One. Do not perpetuate your circle of mystery. I have to find him. Do you know where he is? Man, that voice is hard to do. I do not know which Gutterstone Farad layers at the moment, but I imagine that he can be found somewhere beyond the mortuary gates in the hive. Perhaps someone there will know where you can find him. I will go there, thank you. There and ask around. Farewell. And leave. Know this, I do not envy you, Restless One. To be reborn as you would be a curse that I could not bear. You must come to terms with it. At some point your path will return you here. It is the way of all things flesh and bone. Then perhaps we will meet again, doll. So, a lot of context in that. We already know the Dustmen especially favor death, and they treat death like it is a magical thing. So the fact that Farad here almost feels pity for our Nameless One, the reason being is something that we will discover as we continue to play this game. As I said, for now, my goal in this recording session is to get out of the mortuary, but I will want to make some progress here. And for the record, once you leave the mortuary, you will not exactly be eager to return. So, as any RPG player knows, this is a great chance to just kind of, hey, someone with a name. This is a great chance to do the 3 basics of any roleplay game. Explore, and communicate. You see a slight woman with pale features. The sunken flesh around her cheeks and neck make her appear as if she were starving. She seems intent on dissecting the corpse in front of her, prodding the chest with a finger. Greetings. The woman does not respond. She seems too intent on the body in front of her. As you watch her work, you suddenly notice her hands. Her fingers are talons. They are darting in and out of the corpse's chest cavity like knives, removing organs. I said, "Greetings." Woman makes no response. "I think the dusty chit might be a little short of hearing, Chief. Let's lay off, shall we?" I'm gonna get her attention. The woman jumps and whips around to face you. Her eyes are a rotting yellow with small orange dots for pupils. As she sees you, her expression changes from surprise to irritation. She frowns at you. Greetings. Okay. She does not seem to have heard you. She leans forward, squinting, as if she can't quite make you out. Whatever is wrong with her eyes must make her terribly nearsighted. You. She clacks her talon fingers together, then makes a strange motion with her hands. Find thread and embalming juice. Bring here to Avine. Go, go, go. All right, then. So now I have a quest to get some needle, thread, and embalming fluid, which she actually does a very wonderful thing if I can find these things. And I could have sworn you could find almost all of them, at least. You could find them either on this floor or on one of the other 2 floors of the mortuary. I mean, we're going to be wheeling around here and exploring anyway, so I feel like this is another chance to talk about my interest in this. I have been watching Let's Plays for over 12 years now, and I have been very big on games. When I was in high school, someone said that I had a voice that belonged on the radio, and I thought to myself, I am too likely to accidentally cuss out something if I am to voice the radio. Hey, embalming fluid, excellent. And so I thought, hey, more of this stuff. Sweet. So I thought to myself, I'm gonna. Ooh, that one's locked. I'll have to get back to that one. I would just give this a shot, see if people like it, see if people don't. Did I forget this one? No, I didn't. The door is locked. I need a key. Gosh darn it. Well, this door is locked. I need a key. Holy crap. Well, I got the embalming fluid at least. So let's go upstairs. Ah, yes. Welcome to the 3rd floor of the mortuary. So, charcoal charm. Anything that you can get your hands on will be useful. Here's the kicker, though. You do not want to spend a whole lot of time here. Yes, even junk is useful. You actually do not want to spend a whole lot of time on this floor if you can avoid it. And hopefully I will not run into the reason why. An iron prior bar. Yes, I'll take that. Dustman request. What does it say? The whole reason you don't want to stick around here too long is there are dustmen wandering around, and if you stick around in the mortuary too long, they will kill you. Quite horribly. Contact the necromancer responsible for raising contractual worker number 42. I know he's examined the skeleton before, but I'm certain the initial raising of the body was warped. The worker still responds to commands, but when it has completed a task, it resumes pacing in the same circular pattern as it did before. Thal recently informed me that Worker 42 exhibited the same walking pattern when it was a zombie decades ago. That may be a soul echo in the marrow, or the skeleton's age may have caused magic animating him to decay. One of the initiates suggested it may be following an order issued by a higher-ranking dustman in the past, but I have found no records of such order. So, just neat little tidbits that you can find. You can figure out which one's Worker 42, because it will just keep walking around. And I could talk to all these zombie workers and skeleton workers, but I don't exactly feel like tangoing with the Dusties. You there, hold. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. No, I don't want to hold. I want to search stuff. Fine. The dustman regards you with a stony gaze. Are you lost? Okay, so, explanation. If in this is exclusive to the dustman, not D&D, but just the dustman. If you answer yes to this question, they will help you find death. In this case, the context that they are asking you is, are you a lost cause? No. If you're not lost, what is your business here? I'm here to see someone. I'm here to see Doll. I would not disturb him. Very well, thanks for the information. Okay, cool. So, that is the importance of talking to Doll. Just specifically to get his name. And now I have the mortuary key, so now I can access a bunch of stuff. So, I am going to... Oh, sweet, a new weapon. I'm just gonna... plop. Excellent. Personally, I'm a fan of the daggers. And moreover, I'm not a fighter, so that's actually a bad idea now that I'm looking at it. Zombie worker. You there, hold. I've already spoken to someone. Junk. Now that person's gonna just run towards me. Mortuary task. Parchment. I would like to see the contracted workers to be inspected thrice daily at the end of each work shift when the new initiates come on duty. We have experienced too many contracted collapses while engaged in heavy labor as of late, and I fear the embalming enchantments initially used on the corpses may be decaying or may have warped somehow. If the contracted workers, Essentially, what this is saying is that the embalming charms are not working as well, and the workers that they're raising from the dead are not totally structurally together. So, ooh, Claw Charm, that is a healing item. And I can't just use the mortuary key on that. We will eventually be returning to the mortuary somewhere down the road. That is the crematorium. You do not want to be in there for too long. Oh, goody. 2 dustmen found me at once. Hey, needle and thread. Sweet. Let's go back down to what's-her-face. Do not follow me, Dusties. Screw you, Dusties. Okay, there we go. So there's that. And now where was... Honestly, she was in here? Yeah, there she is. Alright, Evine. Dumb Zomphis. Together, find thread embalming through it. Go, go, go. I did. Without missing a beat, Evine snaps the thread in her hands and hooks it around one of her talons, then begins sewing up the corpse's chest. She then takes the embalming fluid and applies it to the layer of the corpse. Wait. Within minutes, she's finished. She clicks her talons and turns to face you. To your surprise, she extends her hand, drags her talons along your arm and chest. It's not that I'm not flattered, but... Looks like you got a new friend, Chief. You two need some time together, or... Slow it, Mort. As she traces your arms and chest, you suddenly notice she seems to be examining your scars. She withdraws her talons, clicks them twice, then bends forward and examines some of your tattoos on your chest. Who writes on you? Who ever do that? No respect for zombies. Zombies, not paintings. Some pokes from stairs. This one bad shape. Many scars, no preserves. Her talons suddenly hook into the thread you brought her, and lightning-like she jabs another talon into the skin near one of your scars. It feels barely more than a pinprick, but it looks like she's about to start stitching you up. Leave her work. The sensation is curiously painless as Evine begins to stitch up your scars. When she is done, she sniffs you and frowns and stabs her fingers into the embalming fluid. Within minutes, she has dabbed your body with the fluid, and strangely enough, it makes you feel better. This may be the second time in my life that I'm thankful I don't have a nose. Evine puts the last touches on your body, gives you another sniff, nods, and a shooing motion with her talons. Done. Go. Go. So you'll notice, if you notice, there was a little HP +1 thing that went up. That was a increase to my permanent health by 1 point. And that is something else about this game that I love, is just so much of it can be missed. Now, there was like a stairway thingamabooper earlier. I want to go up here. And I actually think I want to cross. You there, hold. I will not hold. You can't catch me! Ha 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 ha! There is a way to another floor, and I'm trying to remember how to get to it. Oh. Right here. And this actually should lead me right back to where I was, but with one difference. I now have the mortuary key. So now I can enter this room. Which is important because there's stuff here. Like cleaning rags and bandages. There's all kinds of things in Planescape Torment if you know where to look. Did I just... Okay, there's no way that was all that was here. No, there was the, this thingy. Down to the first floor. Alright. We are actually a good chunk of the way in. So now, I'm just going to explore the first floor a bit. And there are going to be dustmen down here as well, and they're not going to be as nice in asking me if I'm lost. Some of them will just straight up be like, you there, you should not be walking. And so they're going to make it so I am not walking. You there, hold. I will not hold. Nuts to you. Now there is a place that can be easily missed. And I will tell you right now, if you do miss it, it will really... No, I will not hold. Did I just go in a circle? Did I just go in a full circle? I sure did. If you do not talk to this person now, it will... Done. It will screw up your game down the road. And that lovely lass... Yep, music changed on my end. Which means something very important wasn't back in that room. So I'm just gonna play the map. No, I will not hold. I'm here to speak. I'm here to speak with someone. There she is. So if I walk away, she'll disappear. But I need to speak with this woman in particular. You see a strikingly beautiful ghostly form before you. Her arms are crossed and her eyes are closed. She has long flowing hair, and her gown seems stirred by some ethereal breeze. As you watch, she stirs slightly. Her eyes flicker. Greetings? Okay, I'm getting audio on my end. Her eyes slowly open, and she blinks in confusion for a moment. Okay, I just had to let that finish. Moment, as if uncertain where she is. She looks around slowly and sees you. Her tranquil face suddenly twists into a snarl. You! What is it that brings you here? Have you come to see firsthand the misery you have wrought? Perhaps in death I still hold some shred of use for you? My love. Do I know you? Spirit makes a begging motion with her hands. How can it be that the thieves of mind continue to steal my name from your memory? Do you not remember me, my love? Ghost stretches out her arms. Think! It's desperate again. The name Dayanara must evoke some memory to you. I think I feel the stirrings of a memory. Tell me more. Perhaps words shall chase the shadows from my mind, Dayanara. Oh, at last the fates show mercy. Truth, that's actually not a lie, and the fact remains that I've actually played through this game only lying once or twice. Mostly because you don't want to know what happens if you choose to be honest at those points. They'll come around. Oh, at last the fates show mercy. Even death cannot chase me from your mind, my love. Do you not see? Your memories shall return. Tell me how I can help you, and I shall. Do you know who I am? You are one both blessed and cursed, my love, and you are one who is never far from my thoughts and my heart. Blessed and cursed. Time to get the drink. The nature of your curse should be apparent, my love. Look at you. Death rejects you. Your memories have abandoned you. Do you not pause and wonder why? I'm still trying to get my bearings, actually. What else can you tell me about myself? I know that you once claimed you loved me, and that you would love me until death claimed us both. I believed that, never knowing the truth of who you were. What you were. And what am I? You. I cannot. She suddenly freezes, and she speaks slowly and carefully, as if her own voice frightens her. The truth is, you are one who dies many deaths. These deaths have given the knowing of all things mortal, and in your hand lies the spark of life and death. Those who die near you carry a trace of themselves that you can bring forth. When a crawling sensation wells up in the back of your skull, you suddenly feel compelled to look at your hand. As you lift it up and look at it, you can see the blood coursing sluggishly through your arm, pouring into your muscles and in turn giving strength to your bones. Updated my journal. And you know Dayanara is right. You suddenly remember how to coax the dimmest spark of life from a body and bring it forth. The thought both horrifies and intrigues you. You have remembered how to raise others from the dead. Now you see why I took the time to talk to her. Because, frankly, you will be able to get up to 6 party members, as you may have noticed. They can die. They will die a lot. And when they die, they drop all their stuff. So not only is it helpful to be able to raise your party from the dead, I believe you can raise up to 3, or you can perform the skill up to 3 times. But then you also have someone to help carry their stuff. When you do revive them, it revives them at incredibly low health, though, so keep that in mind. I had other questions. What do you wish to know? I need to escape this place. Can you tell me? As you're about to ask Dana the question to catch in your throat, it occurs to you that if you tell her you were looking for an escape route, she may feel you are abandoning her. If you're going to ask her how to leave, you need to be delicate about it. Dayanara, I am in danger. Can you guide me to a place of safety? I will return as soon as I can to speak to you again. In danger? Of course, my love. I'll aid you any way I can. For a moment. After a moment, the Xeshire dies, and her eyes look. Perhaps there is a way. Since this place holds many doors shrouded by mortal eyes, perhaps you can use one of these portals as a means of escape. Portals! Portals! Sigil and its portals! Portals are holes in existence, leading to the destinations in the inner and outer planes. If you can find them the proper key, you can escape through one of them. Key. Tempting to remember. Portals will reveal themselves when you have the proper key. Unfortunately, these keys can be almost anything: an emotion, a piece of wood, a dagger of slivered glass, a scrap of cloth, a tune you hum to yourself. I fear that the dustmen are the only ones who would know the keys you could use to leave their halls, my love. Then I shall ask one of them. Farewell, Dinar. Hold on a moment. I have learned much when I've traveled with you, my love, and what you have lost, I have retained. I have not divulged all that I know to you. My sight is clear, whilst you fumble in the darkness, a spark of thought. Be of interest to me. What is the sights you seize and I do not? Can I try that English again? And what is it your sight sees that I do not? Time itself relaxes its hold as the chill of oblivion slowly claims us, my love. Glimpses of things yet to come swarm across my vision. I see you, my love. I see you as you are now, and... What is it? What do you see? I see what lies ahead of you. It ripples through the plains, stemming outwards from this point. Shall I speak of what I see? Tell me. First, I require a promise you will return, that you will find some means to save me or join me. I will do what I can. See, again, Dayanara is actually a very special character, and it breaks my heart to think of lying to her, but I cannot die, and I have no way of bringing her back to life. So I also don't want to make a promise that I can't keep. So I simply will do what I can. Say something in sighs and feet. Very well, my love. As before, I shall place my trust in you. This is what my eyes see, my love, unfettered by the shackles of time. You shall meet enemies 3, but none more dangerous than yourself in your full glory. Shall come to a prison built of regrets and sorrow. The shadows themselves have gone mad. There you will be asked to make a terrible sacrifice, my love. For the matter to be laid to rest, you must destroy that which keeps you alive and be immortal no longer. Destroy what keeps me alive. Know that you must die while you still can. The circle must come to a close, my love. You were not meant for this life. You must be that which is taken from you and travel beyond into the land of the dead. I do not doubt your ability to rise from the dead. I do believe that every incarnation weakens your thoughts and memories. You claim you've lost your memory. Perhaps it is a side effect of countless deaths. If so, what more will you lose in successive deaths? If you lose your mind, you will not even know enough to realize that you cannot die. You shall be truly doomed. How long has this been going on? I do not truly know, except that it has gone on long enough. Farewell, Danar. For you in death's halls, my love. She smiles, but there is only a sadness in it. She closes her eyes, and with an ethereal whisper, she fades. You back with me, Chief? You kind of drifted out on me there. No, I'm fine. Do you know who that spirit was? Spirit? The specter I was talking to. The woman. You were rattling your bone box with some woman? Where? What'd she look like? She's right on top of the beer. Didn't you see her? No. You just kind of drifted out for a bit there. Just stood there. Settled on me again. No, I'm fine, I think. Let's move on. So, the portal that she's talking about is definitely one way out of here. And as a matter of fact, I believe there is one around here. But it is not the way that I am meant to leave. So, the actual way I am meant to leave this place, quite funnily, is right through the front door. Door's locked. You'll need a key. I have a key. Let me just... Okay, quick item. Door's locked. You'll need... I have the key. Don't I? Okay. That's how it knows you. Greetings. Sorry, Sarah, are you lost? No, I was merely looking for the exit. I do not recall admitting you. That's what you're doing here. I'm here to see someone. Who are you here to see? I would be more than happy to direct you. I'm here to see Dayanara. Yes, can you tell me what happened to her? I do not know, but she has been here for quite some time. Her father might know what befell her. He visits here from his office in the upper ward. Thank you for the wishes. I will go pay my respects. Sure, when you have paid your respect, I will unlock the front gate for you. It is after 9 bells. To leave as soon as you conclude your business. You know, I could do this another time. Can you let me out now? Why, of course, these halls can be confusing to visitors. No harm done, but you are not permitted here in the mortuary after 9 bells. Let me open the gate for you. And I gained experience just by talking and not fighting. Another thing that is quite lovely about this game. If you can talk your way out of conflict, it is still considered a battle. The gate is now unlocked, but you cannot re-enter. Thank you. I will leave now. Except I can because I have a key. Screw you, so I go. Oh, yes. And now we have the tendrils of fate following us. At least that's what I call them. The shadow beasts. And That is Planescape Torment. Welcome to Sigil. Ah, those early 2000s. Early 2000s? Late 90s? Somewhere around there. Those blocky PC graphics. So delicious. Anyway, thank you very much. This has been a lovely play. I'm going to save the game here. And, oh, we're just gonna leave those. New save. Have. Recording 1. I am not a deader. I am not a dead. Cool. Alright, works for me. Alright, thank you very much, everyone, for coming along to this, and I hope you have a lovely day.